Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Slade's the place for you! We'd like to welcome you to this year's Iowa Girls State Softball Tournament in Fort Dodge, Iowa. We hope you've enjoyed the action today, and we're here today with Farm Bureau President Brent Johnson. And we're actually visiting Brent at his farm just outside of Manson, Iowa. We are so thankful for all those who support us to help put on this great event, none of which are more important than Iowa Farm Bureau, our proud title sponsor. Why does Iowa Farm Bureau invest in Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union?
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to be the title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, and we're also thrilled to be a part of this year's Girls State Softball Tournament. This tournament not only showcases Iowa's elite teams, but the athletes competing here today are among the nation's best and brightest, and our farmers are among the nation's most productive. Our partnership with the Girls Union gives us the opportunity to honor both while supporting and uplifting the Iowa girls.
Why has the Iowa Farm Bureau invested so much in support of the Iowa girl and all of Iowa's youth across this nation?
Well, we at Farm Bureau believe in championing Iowa's youth. After all, one day they will be our state's future leaders. The Iowa Farm Bureau Scholarship Program, we've given over $500,000 every year to kids across the state. We've also teamed up with the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union to sponsor concussion insurance at no cost to those athletes or their families so that they can continue to compete at a high level. We've also provided teachers over the last 8 years with over $450,000 so that they can properly equip their classrooms. And most recently, we've gifted $1 million to the FFA Foundation for their efforts to increase agriculture awareness and support their chapters across the state.
The student athletes participating in this year's tournament are taking home some great souvenirs.
The Signature Ball program, a memento that they can take with them so someday they can look back on their experiences here and know that the effort that they put in has really paid off, and really congratulate all those students that are competing here at this year's tournament.
Thank you, Brent, and thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau. Now let's get back to playing ball.
Good evening, softball fans, and hello from Iowa Central Field here at Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in gorgeous Fort Dodge, Iowa. It's been a gorgeous couple of days. There's been some spectacular softball, and we've got the nightcap coming your way here for the Class 1A quarterfinals. The Clarksville Indians and the Southeast Warren Warhawks dueling here this evening in Fort Dodge. Number 3, Southeast Warren. Number 6, Clarksville, as they're ranked here coming into the state tournament. Good evening and welcome to this broadcast, softball fans. My name is Ben Gislason. We're looking forward to this broadcast as the teams warm up. We'll head to one more quick break and we'll come back with the introductions and the starting lineups between the Warhawks and the Indians coming your way next on Girls Union Network.
Frank, when you think fairway, you think fresh. Is that the winning culture you've tried to create?
Penelope Pineapple, what an unbelievable produce performance. How does your team stay so fresh?
Sunkissed Orange. Is it true Fairway has offered the freshest produce in town since 1938?
What can we say? Our produce is so fresh, we're speechless.
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Set to jet for the evening edition of Iowa Girls High School softball here in Fort Dodge. Ben Gislason flying solo on our broadcast here this evening on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. Getting ready to start our affair here between Clarksville and Southeast Warren, and an opportunity now for everybody to get their names called. Coaches, subs, starters, everybody all over the diamond here getting ready to rock and roll, and we'll head it down in just a couple of moments here to the diamond side. But before we get there, how did these teams get here? Well, the number 6 seeded Clarksville Indians were the champions of Region 6, wins over Janesville, Don Bosco, and then a 12-2 trouncing of St. Ansgar in the final. Warhawks of Southeast Warren, the Region 3 champions. They put down Nottoway Valley, Murray, and IGHSAU EHK on their way to another berth. They were here last season. They've been here the last 2 seasons. A third-place finish in 21, a second-place finish in 22, hoping for a first-place finish here in 2023. And we'll send it down diamond side now for the introductions.
The winner of this game will advance to the semifinal round on Wednesday on Iowa Central Field at 7:30. Now let's get the non-starters and assistant coaches. First for the visitors from Clarksville. Number 1, Madeline Sturkis. Number 5, Sierra Bird. Number 9, Sydney Lovren. Number 11, Taya Jacobs. Number 14, Lauren Kelm. Number 17, Savannah Pierce. Number 18, Capri Clark. Number 21, Zoe Pierce. Number 22, Maya Baker. Number 25, Marie Razi. Number 26, Kara Bowen. Your assistant coaches, Taylor Aaronholtz, Bailey Myers, and Corey Wedeking. Now let's meet the starters for the Indians. Leading off, the center fielder, number 15, Paige Campman. Batting second, right fielder, number 16, Emily Manwaran. Batting third, the catcher, number 10, Jenna Myers. Batting fourth, the DP, number 7, Jenny Johnson. Batting fifth, the pitcher, number 2, Caitlin Hardy. Batting sixth, left fielder, number 20, Molly Bloker. Batting seventh, third baseman, number 6, Anna Langton. Batting eighth, the second baseman, number 4, Katie Campman. Batting ninth, the shortstop, number 19, Claire Lodge. And the flex player at first base, number 12, Rachel Borchardt. Head coach for the Indians, Katie Berman. Now let's get the non-starters and assistant coaches for the Warhawks. Number 0, Tegan Wadley. Number 3, Kiara Wallace. Number 11, Addie Mason. Number 16, Kate Logue. Number 34, Kaylee Wallace. The assistant coaches are Brent Rubel and Mackenzie Olson. Now let's meet the starting lineup for the Warhawks. Leading off, the right fielder, number 5, Kaylee Tigner. Batting second, the catcher, number 4, Brianna Nolte. Batting third, the third baseman, number 6, Sturgis Ridley. Batting fourth, the pitcher, number 10, Olivia Rubel. Batting fifth, the first baseman, number 9, Natalie Geisler. Batting sixth, the center fielder, number 12, Lexi Clinton. Batting seventh, second baseman, number 28, J.C. Deere. Batting eighth, the left fielder, number 17, Lola Schreiber. Batting ninth, the DP, number 13, Kaylin Holmes. And the flex player, the shortstop, number 2, Belle Ewing. Head coach for Southeast Warren is Cody Reynolds. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you direct your attention to the area in front of home plate for the introduction of our umpires. At third base, Randy Link. At first base, Brown Taylor. And calling your balls and strikes, Jason Lewis. Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for state tournament softball.
Those are your starters, your subs, your coaches, and your umpires. I'm Ben Gislis, and I'll be providing tonight's narrative here from Fort Dodge. And before we begin today's game, we'd like to once again thank Iowa Farm Bureau, proud title sponsor of the Iowa Girls High School Athletic Union, for their continued support. The Iowa Farm Bureau has an office located in each county across Iowa, and we'd like to thank the offices listed on your screen for their support of the two teams playing in our game today. Thank you, Iowa Farm Bureau, for supporting IGHSAU and the Iowa Girl. Two experienced teams when it comes to being here at the Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Mentioned the Warhawks, a bronze, a silver, looking for gold now. 3 seasons straight they've been here, and 2 seasons straight they've gone home with hardware, looking for the pinnacle hardware, though, as the number 3 seed here in this 2023 1A tournament. On the other side, Clarksville, recency not quite like that of Southeast Warren, but did have a title back in 2020, an inside the park home run that was a part of that title bid, if you can believe that, back in 2020, and they reached the title game in 2019, 6th ever trip to state for Clarksville, and the 5th time in the last 7 years, from the town just 2 hours east here of Fort Dodge, out near Waterloo. Warhawks team that fell to the champion last season here in the 1A side, and they'll have unfinished business. So says their head coach, Cody Reynolds, coming into today's tilt. But in order to get to the final, it starts with this one here today against Clarksville. And leading off for the Indians is Paige Campman, a freshman leadoff batter, wearing number 15 in black and maroon for the Indians, and the starting pitcher, who was an all-tourney team member a season ago. And we're underway as Olivia Rubel, the all-tourney pitcher from 2022, starts it off with a ball. And we're underway here from the Iowa Central Field in Fort Dodge. Rubel's second pitch is a ball looking, oh, it's a strike. Late reaction there from home plate umpire Jason Lewis. Rubel 1-1 here. She was 12-5 during the regular season, 146 Ks. And she's one strike away from an opening strikeout here on the batter, Campman. Indians a record of 28-1, a perfect 14-0 in the Iowa the Iowa Star North Conference, and a confident strikeout to start the night for Olivia Rubel as she sits down Campman on 4 pitches. That'll bring up Emily Manwarren, the right fielder, wearing number 16. And an opening strike on a tick foul there with the swing by the sophomore Manwarren. Finishing that thought previously, Iowa Star North Conference was the conference that the Indians won this season. There's a bunt down the line and a terrific play as sprinting down from third base, the junior Sturgis Fridley sprawling to throw out the runner at first. And the Warhawks have a terrific start with 2 quick outs here to open the inning against the Indians. To the plate, the number 3 hitter, senior Jenna Myers, leads this Indians team in home runs this season with 7. She takes a called first strike from Rubel. Warhawks on the other side finished second in the Pride of Iowa Conference. And a high fastball gets a swing from Myers and makes the count 0-2. Martinsdale St. Mary's, who just won a tight one earlier today in the 1A tournament. They won the conference. There's a high fly ball to right field and a quick 1-2-3 inning for the Warhawks, and they'll head to war, grabbing their bats for the bottom of the first inning. A quick 1-2-3 inning for the sensational pitcher Olivia Rubel. The bats come alive here for the Warhawks next here in Fort Dodge.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
From top to bottom we go here. The bottom of 1, the Warhawks headed to the plate. And a reminder, fans, that Central College has you covered with career-building programs and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships. It's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Leading off for the Warhawks, Kaylee Tigner, the senior right fielder. During the course of the regular season, threw together a wonderful batting average of .408 and 31 hits on 76 at-bats for the senior, looking to make some noise again here at the state tournament, a place she's familiar with now. And the opening pitch is a good one from Kaylin Hardy, the senior pitcher for the Indians, an opening strike for the pitcher who went 24-1, 163 strikeouts and a 1.27 ERA for the terrific hurler for this Indians team. 1-1 count, second pitch on the outside. And Tigner will set here. Let's see what Hardy has up her sleeve on pitch number 3 of her night. A high rising fastball that's popped back to the pitcher, and Hardy does it herself for the first out of the game for Clarksville. Well, head coach of the Indians, Katie Berman, has been around for some good teams with this Indians side, but said she was pleasantly surprised this year after losing a starting pitcher and a top hitter from last season's Indians club. Wasn't quite sure what she had in the mix for this year's Clarksville team, but they're back at state. And they're 1 out away from closing out the first inning. A grounder to second base. Katie Campman fields it and throws out the runner at first, that being Bree Nolte on a grounder for the Warhawks. And so similarly to how the Warhawks handled their fielding in the top of 1, a very simple and steady opening half inning for this Clarksville team here, and their pitcher, Kaylin Hardy, pardon me. Hardy with the first pitch ball on the 3-hole hitter, Sturgis Fridley, 38 ribbies during the regular season for the third baseman. Junior gets set for pitch number 2. High fastball with a little movement on it, and a 2-0 count to number 6 in white and green for the Warhawks. Huge for this Indians team to make it here to the state tournament, so says Katie Berman, as her pitcher fires a strike on the outside corner for a 2-1 count. Fell short in the Region 6 final last year, and that's a bitter pill to swallow, especially for a team as successful as the Indians have been in Region 6 over the past decade. Another high fastball that comes in for a 3-1 count. Hardy rocks and fires and finds the outside corner for a 3-2 count to Fridley. And a strikeout from Hardy. Both pitchers showing their best 2 quick innings as we roll through the first into the second. Still scoreless here between the Indians and the Warhawks on Girls Union Network.
In Iowa, we all play by the same rules. Hard work pays off, practice makes perfect, success is something you earn, and teamwork helps us all be winners. The Iowa Pork Producers Association is proud to support statewide high school athletics. Because on our team and on yours, what we bring to the table is what brings us all together. Learn more about our commitment to Iowa at iowapork.org.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts, providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Iowa Girls State Softball, presented by Iowa Farm Bureau, tiptoeing into the second inning here from Fort Dodge. Ben Gislason with you on the call here tonight. What a pristine couple of days for softball, for anything outdoors. It's been mainly cloudless blue skies and weather that, if you can believe it, this time of year, you're looking at a lot of 90-degree weather. We've been in the mid to high 70s all week. Should be another gorgeous evening here. And so far, nothing to put on the board between the Warhawks and the Indians as Olivia Rubel rocks and rolls one into a first pitch strike. Nice framing from Bree Nolte there, the catcher on the outside corner. Jenny Johnson, the sophomore, designated player for the Indians, ropes one down the third base line, and that's going to make it past Fridley at third. A belted hit. That went right over the top of the third base bag. A great piece of hitting from the sophomore Johnson, and she's on with a leadoff single to start the second inning for the Indians. A good effort on the corner there by Fridley, but that was a frozen rope down the line. Good work in left field by the freshman Lola Schreiber to track that down, as there was a hungry Johnson rolling around first base, wondering if she could stretch that out. And Johnson as the DP, she'll get a courtesy runner. It's brought to you by IMT Insurance as a bunt is laid down. Charging it is Fridley. She throws the runner out at first. Kaylin Hardy laying down a nice bunt, but that does advance the runner to second base. And so to the plate now comes Molly Bloker, the junior, trying to bring in the runner from second. First pitch is a strike from Rubel. Bloker, the junior left fielder. 371 on the year, but she's behind to Rubel here, who's been bringing the noise in these opening two pitches. And the 0-2 pitch swung on and missed. Another strikeout for the 2022 All-Tourney team pitcher, Olivia Rubel. And that's a good one to get with a runner on second and now 2 outs. Simplifies the equation to get out of this inning for Rubel and the Warhawks. Rubel's first pitch, another first pitch strike, this time on Hannah Wangsness, the third baseman. Pitch number 2 comes in high, but she gets Wangsness fishing on that one for another 0-2 count. Let's see what Rubel decides here on the 0-2 pitch. Throws another high one. It's stoked high into the air. The third baseman, Fridley, comes in. She had a busy inning. Wasn't too busy for the Indians. They do get one runner on. Don't do anything with it. They strand one at second, and our game rolls scoreless into the bottom of 2 here in Fort Dodge. Warhawks and Indians continue their battle next here on the Girls Union Network.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Slade's the place for you!
No blood on the board yet between Clarksville and Southeast Warren here in Fort Dodge. The Class 1A quarterfinals continuing here on a terrific day in Fort Dodge. Martinsdale St. Mary's defeating Fort Dodge St. Edmund 1-0, a gem of a game from the pitching side. Speaking of pitchers, here's Olivia Rubel for the Warhawks. She delivers one to short and an easy throw out from Claire Lodge, and that makes it a 1-out inning. So with Lodge retired, The Warhawks looking for a base runner. Pardon Lodge with the throw out. That was Rubel retired. Natalie Geisler steps to the plate for Southeast Warren. Geisler slaps one towards first. Simple one for the senior Rachel Borchardt. And the All-State All-Academic team member Borchardt walks the ball back to her pitcher Hardy with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. Freshman Lexi Clendenin, who joined her teammate Olivia Rubel on that all-tournament team last year in center field as an 8th grader. What a bright future Clendenin likely has ahead of her. Batting in the 6th spot here for Cody Reynolds' Warhawks, looking to ignite a 2-out rally. Is so far so good for the senior pitcher Kaylin Hardy of the Indians, and Clendenin fouls one off for an 0-2 count against the freshman. Earlier 1A quarterfinal today, Wayne advances past Remsen St. Mary's as a pitch comes in for a ball on Clendenin. So Wayne and Martinsdale St. Mary's will play on Wednesday at 7 p.m. The winner of this game and then the winner of the Northland Sigourney game going on simultaneously here in Fort Dodge. That's on tap on Wednesday, same time here at Iowa Central Field. The winner of the 2 nightcap games here on the 1A side of the state tournament bracket. 1-2 count to Clendenin. And Hardy swings one in. This one's blooped to the pitcher. Hardy's second put away of the day. Doing it herself, Kaylin Hardy, some good pitching, couple of bloops to the circle, and the Indians are out of the inning. Heading to the top of 3, still no score here in Fort Dodge. The Class 1A quarterfinals rolling along.
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
When you choose Delta Dental of Iowa, you set a chain of good in motion. Because we invest in your community. So whether you get your plan at work or purchase it through us, you get more than great dental and vision insurance. You make a difference for others. Choose Delta Dental for your smile, for your health, and for your community.
Diving our way into the top of the 3rd inning here from Fort Dodge. Ben Gislason charting our course through another Class 1A quarterfinal. The final 2 games of the day going on. Here from the Harlan and Hazel Rogers Sports Complex in Fort Dodge. Indians begin the inning with Katie Campman, who stubs one over to third, short, and the throw out coming from Belle Ewing, the 8th grader. Puts down another runner for the Indians, and it's been a relatively simple game both ways so far. Nothing too excitable for either team yet. Both teams feeling each other out a bit. Claire Lodge comes to the plate, the shortstop sophomore. He'll take an opening ball. Rubel has pitched for this Warhawks since 8th grade, has been the #1 pitcher for the Warhawks for 5 years. And she'll scurry to her right, scoop the ball up, and zing one to first, but out of the glove of Natalie Geisler, and the Indians have a runner here with 1 out in the first. An error to Geisler on that little nubber to the pitcher's circle by Claire Lodge. So Rachel Borchardt, the senior, who rounds out the bottom of this order. Pardon, this is Paige Campman coming in here to bat. Thrown down to first, and Geisler is there for the stab, but unable to take care of the stab to Lodge, who gets back in time. Campman takes the pitch inside, but ruled a strike, so the leadoff hitter in the lineup for the Indians will face a 1-2 count to Rubel here with a runner on first and one out, so room to do some damage if Campman can put one in play. Here's the pitch. That one gets popped back to the pitcher. Rubel's ready for it and retires Paige Campman again. So Campman starts her day 0 for 2. Emily Warren steps into the batter's box. She bunted for an out on her first try through the order. Back in the first inning. 2 outs now, still with Lodge on first for Clarksville. And a strike on the opening number from Rubel will continue to put the heat on batters. Rubel hasn't missed on many of those first pitch strikes yet here tonight as the sun slowly creeps down to the treetops here in Fort Dodge. There's a pitch high from Rubel. Nolte quick to jump out of her stance and keeping an eye on Lodge. Over on first base, the count is 1-1. Here's Rubel's pitch. That one's tapped foul behind the batter's box. Nolte goes to get it, and the count moves to 1-2. Lodge on first base, just 3 stolen bases on the year, but Nolte certainly has her alert up, getting ready in case Lodge decides to go anywhere here with 2 outs. And Warren at the plate for her second trip through. Warren waits on a ball low and outside. Again, Nolte ready to go in case of any movement at first base. And the count moves to 2-2. 2-2 pitch, slap to third. That goes off the glove of Fridley. Dove at shortstop. Knocking it down was Belle Ewing. That might have been a testy one. Had Ewing missed that, it would have probably slowed down well out of the reach of the left fielder, Lola Shriver, and that might have been able to advance Lodge to third. That one's going to go on the board as a hit for Clarksville, and so a single from Warren, and a runner in scoring position for the Indians here with 2 outs in the top of the third. This one gets popped backwards and is out of play. Nolte does not have a play on it, so the opening strike for Rubel on the batter Jenna Myers. Again, 7 homers for Myers and 37 RBIs. That leads all Indians. And so a great chance here for Katie Berman and her Indians to make a dent on the scoreboard. 2 outs though, so Rubel just needs 1 play to get the Warhawks out of a little bit of a jam here in the top of the third. Rubel's pitch is high. Nolte getting ready to pull that trigger quickly in case of any base running movements, and Nolte's going to call for a new ball here, and home base umpire Jason Lewis will oblige. Cody Reynolds talked about this to media ahead of the tournament. Clean defense, an important part of this Warhawks team. Wasn't an error on third base, but still a ball that went off the glove of Fridley as swinging and missing on that low and inside pitch. The batter Myers. 2-2 the count. Rubel looking to solve a tedious equation here in the top of the third. The pitch is low, and a nice take by the senior. That one had the building wondering. And so the count goes to full. Runners will be moving on the pitch as Rubel dials it in for Myers. Here's the payoff pitch, low and inside for a ball 4 walk. And things will get awfully testy now. Rachel Borchert steps to the plate here for the Indians. We'll see what she can bring. So Jenny Johnson in the designated player spot. She went to the plate in the second inning, went 1 for 1, but Katie Berman tapping the shoulders of the senior here, Rachel Borchert, in this key spot. The substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Worry free with IMT. And Borchert to right field. It was hit hard, but not hard enough, as the leather squeeze from Kaylee Tigner ends a serious threat for Clarksville. And Olivia Rubel gets out of a sticky situation, and now the Warhawks will head to the plate when we come back here for the bottom of the third in Fort Dodge.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
If you're looking to add some pink to your wardrobe, no better way to do so than by heading online to check out the official state tournament merchandise, which is now available. Time to get your smartphones out as well. Really easy. Just scan the QR code on your screen now or visit IGHSAU.org to browse and customize your merchandise to match your style. Umpires out here wearing pink as well, pink laces on the batter coming to the plate for Southeast Warren, that being J.C. Neer. Sophomore second base, looking to start out the inning the right way for a team that finished second place here in Fort Dodge last year. Hoping this journey will take them one step further to a championship. Neer spikes one high into the air, foul, and it's gloved by the freshman Hannah Wangsness at third. And the Indians have another good start. Started every inning so far with a first batter out. Neer pops out to third. And now Lola Shriver will step into the batter's box. Shriver takes one that came in right down the pike. And so a first pitch strike from Kaylin Hardy, who was one of 3 Indians on that 2020 title team, still on the roster here. Her and Jenna Myers, as well as fellow senior Rachel Borchert, all were crowned champions in 2020. 1-1 count here to the freshman Shriver. Left fielder takes a ball that came sizzling in high and hard into the catcher Jenna Myers' glove. 2-1 count here. As Shriver gets set, Hardy delivers, and that one had a vapor trail behind it from Hardy. That came soaring in. She blows it by Shriver for a 2-2 count. Heck of a pitch. Hardy flexing her muscles on that fastball. We'll see what she brings here on the 2-2 count. The load and deliver just off the left corner. Myers doing her best frame-up job to bring that inside. Lewis, the home plate umpire, shakes his head no, and the count moves to full at 3-2. One out here in the bottom of 3. Hardy's pitch, nubbed down the third base line, scooped up by Wangsness and slung over to first for another out. Clarksville making it look easy here. on this Southeast Warren team. Clarksville team this year that, from a strength of schedule perspective, the best pairwise statewide ranking team they played and beat was Sumner Fredericksburg. They were number 75, and that's an entire statewide ranking, including all the classes. Clarksville not getting the best strength of schedule. A lot of wins, though. They took care of business when they had to against teams they should beat, did these Indians, including a 14-0 record in the conference and a 19-0 record in their class. Southeast Warren, on the other hand, they took on some upper echelon teams. A Norwalk club they lost 4-0 to. They beat 4A state tournament qualifier ADM 5-3 back at the end of May. They also beat 2A qualifying Interstate 35, who won earlier today in the 2A quarters. This count is 1-2 to Kaylin Holmes. This one's inside to Holmes, and she takes a 2-2 count. Also for the Southeast Warren team, a pair of wins against Wayne, who advanced earlier today. And the 2-2 pitch is low for a 3-2 count. And rounding out this schedule, some impressive losses. Martinsdale St. Mary's, a 1-0 loss. Ankeny Centennial, the top team in 5A, an 11-1 loss. But the fact that you're playing those teams means you're ready for whatever's thrown at you here at the 1A quarterfinals. And a walk taken. No, they ring her up. Holmes was ready to go, but a called strike on the inside corner. Hardy delivers another K and delivers another scoreless inning as we roll into the top of 4 here from Fort Dodge. No score yet between these two 1A opponents.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Scoreless game continues. A drought on the scoreboard, but some sensational pitching between Olivia Rubel, who's in the circle currently for the Warhawks, and Kaylin Hardy, who is due up third here in this inning for Clarksville. Top of 4, Rubel fires away for a first pitch strike here on the batter, Kaylin Hardy. Due up now is Kaylin Hardy, had her third at the inning. She leads the Indians off here for this 4th inning attempt at trying to find some base runners. Just 2 hits so far in this game, both coming from Clarksville. A Jenny Johnson single in the 2nd and an Emily Warren single in the 3rd, but that's all she wrote so far. Rubel's pitch is bled off the chain link fence of the dugout for Clarksville. Moves the count to 0-2. This one has some steam on it. It's into the air to center, but no problem for Lexi Clendenin, who barely had to move. And she'll pop it into the infield for an opening out here to start the inning, and that'll bring Molly Bloker to the plate. Bloker struck out in her first at-bat back in the 2nd inning. Both pitchers with a pair of Ks so far through this tightly contested game where neither team has been able to wake the bats up quite yet. And a high rising ball by Rubel moves the count to 1-1 against the junior bloker. Pitch number 3, laying down a bunt. An effort there from Bloker that bounces foul and moves the count to 1-2. Bloker 26 hits on the season. 3 of them doubles. Came around 28 times for this Clarksville team. 5 girls hitting .370 or better in this lineup. And that won't be the right average move for Bloker. She takes an inside, called third strike, and make it the third K of the night for Rubel. Bloker is one of those 5, batting north of .370 coming into the lineup. And Rubel's first pitch wouldn't have been a strike, but a check swing that ticks the ball foul off the bat of Hannah Wangsness means the count moves to 0-1. Looking for the inside corner. On that rope was Rubel, but it's a called ball. Both teams the Warhawks beat in the 2022 state tournament. Back again here on the 1A side. Remsen St. Mary's fell earlier today. Foul ball off the bat of Wangsness keeps the count at 1-2. North Lynn is currently tied with Sigourney. North Lynn, the number 2 seed. Sigourney, number 7. Scoreless in the top of the 6th inning. It's been a day for pitching and defense so far on the 1A side. Another defensive opportunity here for Rubel on a routine blooper to the circle, and Rubel solves the inning herself. Up and down go the Indians, and the Warhawks head to the bottom of 4, looking to finally break this ice. It's a scoreless game. To the bottom of 4 we go next here on the Girls Union Network.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Being your family's grocery store isn't just about having the best butcher cut meat or the freshest produce. It's not about having the highest quality online shopping or experts who handpick your groceries. And it's not just about giving you the most affordable prices. Being your family's grocery store means making sure that you have all of that. And that's why at Fairway Meat and Grocery, it's what we've always been about.
To the bottom of 4, our game keeps trundling along as the Warhawks will go on the hunt for the game's first run, and they're actually on the hunt for the game's first hit. As Hardy has kept a blemish-3 record so far. Coming into the bottom of the 4th inning, here's a bunt from Tigner right off the hop. Hardy fields it and fires it over to first for another opening out to her inning. And it hasn't been overpowering. It hasn't been overly dominant. But this has been an impressive performance. And just very simple. Calm, composed from Hardy. She got some help from her defense when she's needed it. And a first pitch strike to start on the next batter as well. In Breen Olte. Olte takes a ball for a 1-1 count. Hardy's pitch slapped through the middle of the infield. Pardon through short and third, but a great hit there. That had some zing on it, making its way out to left field, and a good hit from a great hitter in Bree Nolte. She was lauded by Cody Reynolds in the pre-tournament media as a fantastic hitter, proving it there. She's been a great hitter since 8th grade, says Reynolds. And Nolte, who batted .432 with 9 homers this year, is on first base, and that brings Sturgis Fridley to the plate, who struck out in her first at-bat. Pitch number 2 after a first pitch ball. Make it 2-0. Hardy's pitch, unable to find its target either, so 3-0 the count. Important to note some base path speed for this Warhawks team. 24 stolen bases for Nolte on the year. Not going to go on a 3-0 count, though. We'll see what happens now as the count moves to 3-1 as Hardy finds the center of the plate for a 4th pitch strike. Fridley ready. Hardy deals, swinging and fouling the ball backwards is Fridley. And the count moves to 3-2. Excellent work by the senior Hardy. Squirms her way back into this count, and she's moved it to full with 1 out. And a runner to her left on first in Bree Nolte. Here's the payoff pitch, swung on and lined to right field. That's going to get down. And with runners on first and second now and 1 out, Sturgis Fridley has herself another single. Pardon her first, but another single here in this inning. And Olivia Rubel, who's had herself a nice day in the circle so far, will try to bring that mojo to the batter's box here. And Fridley's going to get a courtesy runner. Coming out to take her place is the freshman Kiara Wallace. That substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how you can be worry-free with IMT at imtins.com. So Wallace goes to first. After the hit by Fridley, back-to-back singles by the top of this Warhawks lineup brings Olivia Rubel to the plate. Rubel .353 on the season. Drove in 22, trying to add to that number here. She'll lay down a bunt, pulls it away at the last second, and a strike on the scoreboard on that throw by Caitlin Hardy. Two hits apiece for both teams, both for Southeast Warren coming in this inning. The 0-1 pitch is fouled off by Rubel, and the count advances in favor of Clarksville's Hardy to 0-2. Rubel takes a scan back at Cody Reynolds. Career record of Reynolds, 102 wins, 47 losses. And the 0-2 pitch didn't miss by much, but Rubel smartly takes it. Reynolds instructing his batter to keep her chin on it here for this 1-2 count. In a big situation for the senior, Rubel pops one up. Good job by the catcher, Jenna Myers, to avoid the bat. Always so much when those pop-ups come up in the air for catchers to sort out. They got to take the mask off. They got to figure out, is it going to stay in play? And sometimes they have to tiptoe their way past a bat, which rolled right in front of where Myers was trying to scurry to get that ball. Well handled by the senior catcher. And now with 2 outs, the Warhawks still threatening, but a little less threatening now. Takes any kind of a sacrifice out of it and brings Natalie Geisler to the plate. Geisler popped to first in her opening at bat. 0 for 1 on the day for the junior. And the first baseman grounds one to the pitcher, Hardy. And again, the Indians are able to sort out This inning took a little longer than the previous innings for Clarksville, but it all counts the same. Nothing yet between these two teams, scoreless as we move our way to the 5th inning here at Rogers Sports Complex.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hey fans, Central College has you covered with career-building programs, and with tuition less than $20,000 a year and tons of scholarships, it's the best decision ever. Apply today at central.edu. Forever Dutch. Well, this game hopefully won't go on forever without a run, but looking at it from the defensive and pitching perspective, it's been an excellent one. Olivia Rubel dueling with Kaylin Hardy here. 2 strikeouts for Hardy so far, 3 for Rubel as she deals one high in on the first pitch of this 5th inning to the batter, Katie Campman. So a 1-0 count now to Katie Campman here. The junior second baseman takes another ball. Still scoreless as well on the other field here in Fort Dodge. Between Northland and Sigourney. Going to the bottom of the 7th. Could be some extra softball going on across the way. Unless Northland can find a walk-off winner. Back here to Iowa Central Field, a 3-0 count. Rubel has fallen behind here on the junior batter, Campman. Looking for a strike. Doesn't find it. 4 straight balls from the senior multi-all-state performing pitcher. And so Rubel will go to work with a runner to her left. Claire Dodge, who got on with an error to first base her last at bat, will look to move the runner on in Campman, who walked to get to first. Again, Nolte getting up quickly as that ball dove a little bit on the catcher. And Nolte decides to fire one down the first base line. And that one was a bit high, but handled well by Natalie Geisler. Full extension to make sure that one didn't make its way all the way to right field. But Nolte had been flirting with doing that a few times, and she finally smoked one down the line as a bunt gets laid down nicely by Lodge, and Nolte wanted it to roll foul, and it didn't. Beautiful bunt by Lodge, who makes her way to first for the 2nd time in this game. And with runners on first and second and no outs, that brings the top of the order and Paige Campman up here for the Indians. Another look at that bunt, and it was a sensational one. Perfect touch on it from Lodge. So the sophomore shortstop moves to 1 for 2 on the day. And Campman, who is 0 for 2, looking to continue moving runners along the base paths here in this top of the 5th inning of a game still void of any runs. And a high, wild pitch off the glove of Nolte. That'll move both runners along. Still no outs. And 2 runners in scoring position. That'll bring Cody Reynolds out of the dugout to have a word with his star pitcher. So the greatest threat either team has been able to produce yet so far here in this Class 1A quarterfinal playing out in front of us now. No out. And runners on second and third. And the leadoff hitter Encampment at the plate. Encampment with 20 RBIs on the year, adding 427. Second best average on the team. And the only average higher is Jenny Johnson, who had a third of the at-bats that Campman has had. And so Nolte will reset behind the plate. And a physical and mental reset in the circle as well for Olivia Rubel, who's in jeopardy of giving up the opening run of the game here, possibly two of them with Paige Campman at the plate. Campman shows bunt, takes a strike. Unable to get the ball down. Katie Berman comes down with a word for her freshman leadoff hitter. 2-1 count. Pitch comes in with some English on it and is popped up to short. Under it is Belle Ewing. And an important out. We'll get a round of applause from the Warhawks faithful over the backside of the Southeast Warren dugout. And to the plate comes Emily Van Warren. She singled her last time up. Oh, what that would do now for this Clarksville team. Still with outs to work with, and runners on third and second base. After an opening pitch strike, the 0-1 delivery is bunted. Runner's going to come home. They're both going to make it to their destinations, as coming across home plate is Katie Campman. That's a bunt single that works out in spades for Clarksville. And an RBI laid down by Emily Manwarren for a 1-0 Clarksville lead. So twice now, bunts paying out major dividends for this Indians team here in this inning. Campman got on with a walk. She scores with a bunt. Jenna Myers lays one down as well. The play at the plate for Nolte. Safe, getting there in time with tremendous speed from third is Claire Lodge, and the lead doubles for Clarksville. Two straight bunts and two straight RBIs. And it was worth the wait, as the Indians manufacturing two runs the hard way here in the top of the fifth. So an RBI on the bunt there for Jenna Myers, who had 37 of those during the regular season. And the Warhawks, who have advanced past this game 2 years in a row, are in jeopardy of seeing that streak come to an end here tonight at the hands of the Clarksville Indians, who have played well behind their pitcher, Kaylin Hardy, and the bats are finding some life here in the top of the fifth, though small ball is the phrase that comes to mind right now. Pop up behind the plate, foul off the bat of Rachel Borchardt, her second at bat here tonight. She flew out to right back in the third inning. Still a runner out there for, two runners actually out there for Clarksville, first and second. Myers and Manwarren still on the base path. That one's blasted to right field, and Manwarren's going to be waved around home. There's a play at the plate. Is it in time? No! And another RBI single, this time from the senior Rachel Borchardt, has the Indians up 3-0 here in the top of the fifth. That one came off the bat in a hurry, as we see it again here on the replay. Superb opposite field hitting there by the senior Borchardt. And good base running as well from this well-coached Indians team. Katie Berman sending Man Warren around. And so runners in the same spots as they were before the Borchardt at bat. Stepping into the batter's box. Kaylin Hardy will look to keep this rally moving here with still just one out up on the scoreboard here in this fifth inning that has the Indians rolling, and another one up the middle off the glove of the shortstop, Belle Ewing, and another run will come in for the Indians. A play at third. Is it in time? Yes, it is. And maybe two. No, they try to throw out the runner going to second as well. Fridley made the tag on the base runner going to third and got the runner out. That was Lauren Kelm who had come in to pinch run. See that? Whole bit of commotion again. The hit goes past the diving Ewing. The throw comes to the plate. Terrific awareness by Nolte to peg out the runner at third, and then almost Fridley able to turn another one at second. Would have been a very unconventional double play. A run does come in all of that, and so it's an RBI single. Molly Blocher stepping into the plate after the RBI single from Kaylin Hardy. Runner thought about making her way to third there, and Hardy, she'll hold up. So a deluge of offense that has made its way onto the scoreboard here in the fifth, and the bottom falling out of that drop pitch from Rubel. That one fooling the batter Blocher and moving the count to 1-2. What a dynamite pitch that was. Great angle on it from behind the home plate here on that remarkable drop ball thrown by Rubel. She throws this one out of the strike zone for a 2-2 count on the junior Blocher. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Blocher waits on it and moves the count to 3-2. Very patient crew of hitters for these Indians. They have not given Rubel anything easy. Haven't missed on much outside of the strike zone. Here's the payoff pitch. There's a low swing and a ball in the dirt. Is it going to be enough? Safe at first. The throw was not in time. Tremendous effort by Molly Blocher as the ball just got under the outstretched glove of Rubel in the circle. Ewing had to charge it and blaze the ball over to first, but it was not in time. Excellent pace coming there from the left fielder Blocher. And so she beats out the throw for another single here in this inning where the Warhawks are bleeding. Runners on the corners, and that drive's going to knock in another one. It's 5-0. Hannah Wangsness joins the RBI party as the pitcher Kaylin Hardy struts her way home, and it's a tidy 5-0 deficit facing the Warhawks now as Clarksville getting more and more in control as this game moves along. This inning started with Katie Campman. She's back at the plate as well. So around the horn goes this batting order. And 5 runs have come from it. A bunt single by Emily Warren with an RBI. A bunt by Jenna Myers that saw an RBI. An RBI single from Kaylin Hardy. Hannah Wangsness as well. Rachel Borchardt with an RBI single in there to go along. So contributions from all over the batting order, and now a blasted ball to the gap. Can they get there? Yes, good range by Lola Shriver, and the inning finally ends, but oodles of damage done by the Indians as they hang up 5 on Olivia Rubel, and now the Warhawks will desperately search to cut back into this Indians lead. It's 5-0 Clarksville over Southeast Warren here on the Girls Union Network.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Living your best life means something different to everyone, especially when it comes to healthcare. That's why Mercy One offers compassionate, personalized care. We are here for you with one team of experts providing access to the primary care and highly rated specialty care you need, easily and conveniently. So go ahead, live your best life. We're with you every step of the way. Mercy One, your best life, our one purpose.
Well, this game took a while to heat up, but once it did, it was all Indian. As a 5-0 scoreline separates these two 1A quarterfinal duelists here, and Olivia Rubel, the pitcher, blinking first for Southeast Warren. And now Kaylin Hardy will take her trip back into the circle, having a dandy of a day. Just 2 hits against on a Southeast Warren club that has plenty of great bats in its lineup. They'll look to wake those bats up here now in the bottom of the 5th. So Warhawks team, Cody Reynolds said coming into the tournament, their bats were just scalding hot. And it shows in the Region 3 tourney. They threw 11 up on their first 2 opponents. They blanked IGHSAU in the final. It's a 3-0 win, where Olivia Rubel threw a no-hitter in that game. But the bats have cooled off at least through 5 innings here for Southeast Warren. They're in serious trouble here with 3 at-bats left in this game unless they can find a way to claw back 1 run at a time and get to 5 before the final bell tolls. Grounder back to Hardy. Child's play there on that grounder, and the Indians continue to tap dance their way through this game. They have not made life very hard on themselves thus far. And some superb pitching by Kaylin Hardy has been the main reason why it's been a breeze of a day thus far for the team in maroon and black. Now a rope to right field by Neer. It's out of the reach of the center fielder, Paige Campman. Just what the doctor ordered for the ailing Warhawks. And a war cry from second base from J.C. Neer, the sophomore, who blasts an extra base hit out there to deep center field. And that's an extra base hit brought to you by Kruger Seeds. First extra base hit we've seen on the day. Let's have another look at it. A no-doubter. This one had some juice coming off the bat of Neer. So Neer with that stand-up double. Goes to 1 for 2 on the day, and now the freshman Lola Shriver looks to pick up where Neer left off on the preceding at bat, pardon me. This is the ensuing at bat, and Shriver on the ensuing pitch swings and misses for a 1-1 count. Hardy hasn't seen many choppy waters so far in this game. And with a runner behind her now and just 1 out, she'll see her fortitude tested. One-two count on the foul ball, back off the backstop by the freshman left fielder Lola Shriver. Here's the 1-2 pitch, struck out. A massive pitch on the outside corner that got Shriver fishing. And the 3rd strikeout of the day for Kaylin Hardy, as the Indians 1 out away from snuffing out this short burst of energy by the Warhawks. A little bit of a wild style look there from Hardy, who smiles, mainly because Jenna Myers, her fellow senior, was able to reach up and grab that one before it found the backstop and sent the runner near to third. Near stays on second as Kaylin Holmes digs in for the second pitch of the at-bat. She hits one back towards the pitcher. Great hands as that's stabbed by Hardy. She'll smirk her way into the dugout. She stays perfect on the run department so far in this game, and the Indians get out and leave a runner for the Warhawks on second. When we come back, we head to the top of the sixth. The Indians look to add to their lead. They're up 5-0 here on the Warhawks in Fort Dodge.
Slade's the place for you!
Here in Greater Des Moines, we're the unexpected sports mecca that feels like home. We are the big ballers, the little kickers, the underdogs, and the bulldogs. We've got events wacky and wild, big and small, we host them all. And that old sports cliche, nobody believes in us? Nah, when you come here, you'll believe. Because in Des Moines, only the S's are silent. Let's go!
To the top of six here from Iowa Central Field in Fort Dodge. Ben Gislason providing the sights and sounds of this 1A quarterfinal here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy Company. And the Indians go back to the plate after an explosive inning of offense an inning ago, looking to add to their lead. They're up 5-0, and Claire Lodge, who delivered in that inning, she ropes one to first. It's knocked down by the knee of Geisler, and she stamps the play out for an opening out here for Olivia Rubel and the Warhawks here in the sixth. So Lodge goes down, and Paige Campman steps up. A rare day for her where she's not found the base paths. 0 for 3 with a strikeout and 2 pop-outs. This one pops out of play for a foul ball and a strike. Berman with a little instruction there on the swing for her freshman center fielder, as Rubel delivers the 1-1 pitch low and inside for a 2-1 count. As forecasted, it has turned into a beautiful evening here in Fort Dodge. Not a breath of wind here where I'm sitting. The flag moving a little bit out right now towards a picturesque Iowa night sky. And a walk to Campman will give Rubel more to think about in the circle here, as Emily Warren, who's had the best day at the plate of any Indian so far today, steps into the batter's box. She's 2 for 3 with an RBI, and has Paige Campman on first now with 1 out. Lays down a bunt, back to the pitcher, fielded and thrown to first. But look at the breathtaking speed of Emily Warren. She beats out the throw from Rubel. And again, trouble brewing for Rubel and the Warhawks. 2 on, 1 out after another bunt single by the speedy Warren. Three for 4 on the day for the sophomore right fielder, Emily Manwaring. And now Rubel desperately needing an out on Jenna Myers. She springs one foul down the third base line for an 0-1 count. Myers 1 for 3 on the day. She had a bunt RBI last time at the plate. That's been a recipe for success for Berman and the Indians. See if they don't go back to it here with 1 out and runners on first and second. Showing bunt, laying bunt. Coming down, Fridley looks to throw the runner out at first and cannot. So Sturgis Fridley got there, tried to make the throw on the run. It was low, wouldn't have been in time anyway. As again, the speed on the base paths of this Indians team is awe-inspiring. 60 feet is not a long way, but if you get bunts down the way this team does, you force your opponents to make great plays, and the Warhawks have not been up to the task. So Myers moves to 2 for 4 on the day with another bunt single, and the bases load up for the senior Rachel Borchardt. Borchardt during the regular season did have one over the fence, so there could be some fireworks coming here from the senior. She drove in a run back in that big 5th inning for Clarksville, trying to do so here with 1 out. And she takes a strike that had some zip on it from Olivia Rubel, trying to fight back. In major jeopardy here in the top of the 6th inning, with the Indians loading up the bases on 1 out. The 0-2 count to Borchardt. This one gets blooped foul. It's in play, and so it is scooped up by the first baseman Natalie Geisler, and a seismic out for the junior to get and for the senior Rubel to get means that they could end this nightmare if they can put to bed the batter Kaylin Hardy. Hardy 1 for 3 with an RBI. She had a single in the 5th. She'll take a first pitch strike from Rubel on the inside corner. And if the Warhawks can get out of this inning, you'd have to feel a gust of momentum coming their way, but there'll be a ball that needs to be handled. It goes to short, and it's in! A Texas leaguer that lands between center field and the shortstop, Belle Ewing, which brings in another 2 runs with the bases loaded. There's still 2 ducks out on the pond. And that's a 2 RBI single from Kaylin Hardy. She's got 3 on the day now and a 7-0 lead for her Indians. So Molly Blocher will come into the batter's box now. 2 outs. 10th hit of the game was a big one. That puts some major distance between the Warhawks and the Indians here in the top of the 6th inning. Southeast Warren isn't out of the woods yet. Blocher drove the ball to the outfield in her last at bat. She's 1 for 3 on the day. She takes her second ball for a 2-0 count in a game that is now 7-0 in favor of the visiting team, the Clarksville Indians. The pitch from Rubel. Called strike for a 2-1 count here. Rubel frantically trying to get out of the circle. And a big fastball that caught the batter Blocher. A little bit unprepared. The swing was late, and the count advances in favor of the Warhawks pitcher Rubel at 2-2. Big pitch here for Rubel. Strike 3, but still more blood on the board. As the Warhawks give up another 2, Olivia Rubel and company will lick their wounds and look to get the bats going here in the bottom of the 6th. Time running out on the Warhawks. They head to the plate next here in Fort Dodge.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Two more chances for this Warhawk tribe to keep their state champion dreams alive. They trail, though, 7-0. It would take quite a comeback at this point, and they'll try to not have to eat the elephant all at once in the 7th inning. They've got a chance here in the bottom of the 6th to put a damper on the day of Kaylin Hardy. That's been a sensational one. Just 3 hits she's allowed. And her club's put up 10. On the other side of it, Hardy herself has 2 as well. Pair of singles over the last 2 innings at the plate. And she'll look to put up a defensive wall here in the bottom of the 6th as the opening batter is the leadoff hitter for the Warhawks, Kylie Tigner. She begins with the foul ball to the right, up and out of play. Just the 3rd at-bat for Tigner. And there are Clarksville Indians who are on to their 5th at-bat on the other side of the diamond right now. Not a great sign, stating the obvious for this Warhawks team. Tigner, a .408 batter this season. They need that average to factor in now. Tigner sculpts one into the air, tracking it down. Running in from first base is the senior, Rachel Borchardt. And the opening out, taken by number 12 in black and maroon, as Tigner is retired for a 3rd time. Bree Nolte, who has 1 of the 3 hits in this game, hoping to add another one to her mantle as the first pitch comes in from Hardy with some zip on it on the outside corner for an 0-1 count to the catcher Nolte. Rocking and rolling again. Pitch comes in as a strike once more for Hardy, who's oozing confidence in the circle tonight. The 0-2 pitch from Hardy. She goes for it. Nolte floats one out to center. That's out of the glove of the center fielder. Nolte goes for 2 and is there. Could be just what this Warhawks team needed. A rare gaffe from this Clarksville team, their first error of the game. And Nolte's made her way to second. Well, this one was in and out of the glove of Paige Campman, the freshman center fielder. Felt like the ball actually cradled in there for about a split second before rolling out to the grass. And so a glimpse of daylight now from this otherwise stingy defensive team of Clarksville. When Southeast Warren, with 1 out and a runner in scoring position, will try and take advantage with Sturgis Fridley, who drove in 38 during the regular season. She's 1 for 2 today, and she takes a pitch just in high on the zone for a 1-1 count. Southeast Warren team that had the most home runs by an entire club in State 1A ball this year. 25 total homers they came in with. Sturgis Fridley responsible for 9 of them, the most of any player in green and white. Could be a great moment for one of those right now for this ailing Warhawks team. Fridley patient, though, in this 2-2 count, takes another ball high in the zone. 2-2 the count. The Clarksville faithful starting to sweat a bit to my right here. Still lots of runs to give up, but even a few runs here in this inning would mean the world to this Warhawks team. Just trying to get within striking distance at very least of the Indians heading towards the final inning of our day here in Fort Dodge. 3-2 count after another ball taken by Fridley. The junior third baseman as Hardy delivers, and that one's inside. Going to third, an aggressive play from Nolte, testing the arm of Myers. Myers had her throw hit the dirt. It was blocked by the third baseman, Hannah Wangsness, and then it skipped over to the shortstop, Claire Lodge. But desperate times call for desperate measures, and Cody Reynolds was ready for it. And with the walk to Fridley, the runner goes to third. So Nolte at third, that brings up Olivia Rubel, who will try to make up for some of the damage she lost on in the circle here in this game, and she takes a hack at one that ends up foul. Oh, 0-1 count to Olivia Rubel. Rubel skies one. Foul, but in play. And a massive out for the Indians to get. Natalie Geisler will come to the plate, hoping to find a way to manufacture at least one of these runners across home plate. Fridley on first, Nolte on third. Here's the pitch to Geisler. She takes a healthy whack at that, but misses on the bit inside by Kaylin Hardy. The 0-1 pitch from the pitcher Hardy, swung on and belted foul. Geisler behind on that heating fastball by the senior pitcher. Just 3 hits for Southeast Warren, but an error and a walk has given the Warhawks a little something to believe in here in the bottom of the 6th. 2 outs, and the pitch is low. The runner's going to come home. Nolte's going to get there, and the Warhawks find the scoreboard. So Clarksville handing over a run. That was an error out in center field that led to Nolte getting to first base. And the old adage is, errors and walks haunt, and that's the case as the ghosts of that error come in for the first run of the game for Southeast Warren. And then a pitch low and inside that got away from the catcher, Jenna Myers, means a 7-1 game. Also on that play, moving to second, Sturgis Fridley, so she's in scoring position. And the 1-2 pitch, knocked with some zip towards short. It's bobbled. The throw to first is not in time. And so the battle of the Warhawks war cry continues here in this 6th inning. Runners again on the corners as once more a bobble at shortstop, this time from Claire Lodge. And the door just keeps creeping closer and closer to being open for this Southeast Warren team. So the freshman Lexi Clendenin will come to the plate. She's 1 for 2. And the all-tournament member from 2022 needing to do something here. She flies one to right. Racing in for it is Man Warren, and she finally puts to bed a rocky but relatively unhurt inning for this Clarksville team. Still lots to be happy about. A 6-run lead going into the top of 7. And Clarksville will look to add to that lead here when we come back in Fort Dodge.
Hello, I'm Brent Johnson, an Iowa farmer from Calhoun County and president of the Iowa Farm Bureau. As proud title sponsor of the state softball tournament, the Iowa Farm Bureau is dedicated to creating a vibrant future for Iowa through partnerships and programs that help cultivate individuals with great character, a strong work ethic, and exceptional leadership skills. Making it to the state tournament is a great accomplishment that takes a lot of support. That's why we provide millions of dollars in awards, grants, and scholarships that recognize athletic and academic excellence. The well-being of Iowa students is also very important to Farm Bureau. That's why we provide concussion insurance coverage at no cost for all students in grades 9 through 12 who participate in a sanctioned sport. As just one of only 7 states to provide this coverage, it's just another way we're striving to support Iowa's outstanding young leaders. So, from the Iowa Farm Bureau, congratulations to all the players and coaches on an outstanding season, and good luck in the tournament.
Heading into the top of the 7th here from Iowa Central Field in Fort Dodge. Due up for the leading Indians, Hannah Wangsness, Katie Kampman, and Claire Lodge. All but Kampman have seen the base path so far today for this Clarksville team who's looking to finish the night triumphant. They have a healthy 7-1 lead. And Olivia Rubel will head back to the circle for Southeast Warren, looking for a cleaner inning than she's had the last 2 tries here in the 7th. Got an update. North Lynn in extra innings advances past Sigourney. A doozy across the way over at Kruger Seeds Field. So North Lynn is on. 1-0 the final in 8 innings. So Sigourney unable to do what Clarksville's trying to do here to Southeast Warren, and that is an upset. But Olivia Rubel back on the train. Grabs herself another strikeout as she sends one by Hannah Wangsness for a strikeout swinging. 5th of the day for the senior pitcher for the Warhawks. Katie Kampman stepping into the batter's box, digs in and takes a first pitch ball that curled its way towards the outside corner but was low. So the 1-0 pitch here to the junior Kampman is bounded towards short, and a quick release by the shortstop, Belle Ewing. And the 8th grader retires Katie Kampman, and a quick 2-out strike from the pitching and infield combo of Rubel and Ewing will bring Claire Lodge to the plate. And Rubel looking to retire Lodge in quick order here and get to the batter's box next inning. Opening pitch strike from Rubel. And another one from Rubel, who's found some swagger again here deep in this game. Oh, 2 count to the sophomore shortstop Lodge. She takes one, and some daring on that take. It was just off the inside corner, the pitch from Rubel. Rubel will dust the ball off and get ready to deliver this 1-2 pitch. Here it comes. In the dirt for a 2-2 count. Rubel checks the dugout, gets a sign from Cody Reynolds, and prepares in hopes of ending the inning here on this 2-2 count to Lodge. Throws one in on the hands, and it's a 3-2 count. Lodge has reached base twice, once with an error, then a bunt single in that big 5th inning for Clarksville, and she just gets a nick on that low pitch to keep the at-bat alive here for the Indians in the top of the 7th. Warhawks awaiting. And it'll be the bottom of the order. 7th, 8th, and 9th batters for the Warhawks. But they got to get out of the infield first as Lodge, with 2 outs, makes her way to first base on a walk. To the top of the order we go. Paige Kampman, who found first base on balls her last try in the 6th inning, will look to stripe one out there. Hasn't put a base hit in her day quite yet. Every run will add that much more breathing room for the culminating half inning. 1 out away as Rubel looks to deliver pitch number 2 to the leadoff hitter. And the freshman fouls one off the backstop behind home plate umpire Jason Lewis. Things will really ramp up tomorrow with some semifinal games here on Wednesday. As Rubel's pitch looked like a bunt, but it was a full swing, picked up and fired down the line. A great play by the catcher, Bree Nolte. That one was spinning like a whirling dervish in the dirt. Tough to handle, but Nolte figures it out and makes the play and ends the inning. And so, one more half inning to go. Do the Warhawks have some magic in their bats? They trail 7-1. We find out if there's any wizardry in the lineup here for Southeast Warren next.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future. With energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
The Iowa Farm Bureau is proud to present the state softball tournament and celebrate the accomplishments of Iowa's student athletes. To the Iowa Farm Bureau, this is more than just a sport. It's hometown pride, it's hopes and dreams, it's our future leaders. It's a reason to do more and be more. And it's that farm-strong spirit that can only be found in Iowa. Congratulations to the student athletes and coaches on an outstanding softball season. And remember, today's successes are just the beginning of tomorrow's achievements.
Gearing up for the final at-bat of the night. Final game of the evening. It will be J.C. Neer, who will need to be the first hero for this Southeast Warren team, who received a third-place medal in 2021, a second-place medal in 2022. But they are 3 outs away from seeing their championship hopes dashed here by a very comprehensive effort by this Clarksville Indians team and Kaylin Hardy, who's had a terrific day in the circle. And Neer, who found the base path earlier in our night, does so again. She's had herself a nice evening, a 2-for-3 performance. Her last hit was a double. This one's a single, and that's a start. Which will bring Lola Schreiber to the plate, the freshman left fielder. A strikeout and an earlier ground out back in the third inning, all to show for her day. And she skies this one up and out of play behind the backstop for an 0-1 count. Semifinals tomorrow, huge matchup, Ankeny Centennial and Southeast Polk at 11 a.m. 1 p.m. 5A semifinal, Muscatine, the Cinderella story in 5A, dethroning the number 2 seed Ankeny in the quarterfinals as a pitch comes in low and inside from Hardy for a 1-1 count. Winner set in Fort Dodge in the Class 4A semifinals tomorrow at 11:30. North Scott and Norwalk as well 4A-wise as Schreiber is able to get one to second, a double play opportunity. They get the runner at 2. They don't get the runner at 1, but 1 is gone as Neer wasn't able to beat out the throw. Play made at shortstop by Claire Lodge. So Schreiber stays on first. Kaylin Holmes will step into the batter's box. Unlikely heroes needed for this Warhawks team, down to their final 2 outs and in the bottom of their order. Swinging and missing is Holmes, who struck out at the hands of Hardy back in the third inning. The 8th and 9th hitters due up here in a do-or-die moment, and we will have a pinch runner coming in here for Schreiber out at first base. It'll be Addie Mason, the freshman, coming out to run. The substitution brought to you by IMT Insurance. Learn how to worry free with IMT Insurance at imtins.com. 3A semifinals tomorrow at 3 p.m. Williamsburg taking on Esterville Lincoln Central. And the 5 p.m. 3A semifinal, Davenport Assumption, who beat Sadell earlier today. As a pitch comes in outside on Holmes for a 1-1 count. And Dubuque Wahlert also blanked Benton Community, so Wahlert taking on Davenport Assumption as well at 5 p.m. over at Kruger Seeds Field. The 1-1 pitch swung on. Some high heat from Hardy, who has been sizzling all day long. The count moves to 1-2. And rounding out the 2A softball schedule, Iowa City Regina and I-35 tomorrow at 3:30 p.m. for the 2A semis. Here's the 1-2 pitch to Holmes. She lays off on one that almost kissed the outside corner, and the count runs to 2-2. 2 and 3 seeds moving on as well in 2A. Van Meter defeats Missouri Valley earlier today. Central Springs over West Monona. They'll play tomorrow at 5:30 p.m. as the 2-2 count. Pitch gets delivered and swung on by Holmes. Sprung backwards on a tick foul for a 2-2 count to remain. And as we talked about earlier, the 1A semifinals, one side of it decided. Martinsdale, St. Mary's, and Wayne. Northland awaits the winner of tonight's game, which right now looks like it'll be Clarksville. Here's the 2-2 pitch, low, and it gets away from the catcher. Jenna Myers hustles to get it, and hustling from first to second is Addie Mason. And so with one out and Holmes at the plate in a 3-2 count, the pressure is on here for Hardy to deliver a strike. Just one out and a 3-2 count. Hardy's pitch to Holmes. Does she have ice water in her veins? No, it's a grounder to second, and she does her job. Got what she needed, a simple grounder to second. It was handled well by Katie Campman, and the Indians are one out away. And now the top of the order will come up here in Kaylee Tigner. And so the Warhawks will get to the top, which is important, but they are down to their last lifeline. And the opening pitch from Hardy, a take from Tigner. Mason did make her way to third on that grounder to second, so the second run of the game for the Warhawks is 60 feet away. Still some cheering going on from the Warhawks dugout. They haven't lost that belief quite yet, though it's slim. Here with 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th as Hardy fires, it's swung on, and a foul ball moves the count to 1-1. We'll have all the coverage of the semifinals games tomorrow here on the Girls Union Network, powered by Mid-American Energy. A great day of softball today, a terrific one yesterday, and the drama only heightens tomorrow as all those teams are one game away from a final appearance. A ball that catches the low side of the zone for Hardy, and the senior hurler is one strike away from sending the Indians on to a date with Northland tomorrow, same time, 7:30 p.m., same field here at Iowa Central Field in Fort Dodge. Is this the moment the Indians have been waiting for? The pitch is in, and it won't be a called third strike to end the day, as Tigner, with some serious gumption, holds the bat to her shoulder and doesn't let that pitch decide the day. Lights are shining bright here at Iowa Central Field on Kaylin Hardy, who hurls another one in for a foul ball. Tigner keeps the count at 2-2. Imagine the pressure on Tigner here. You'd have to feel it. No matter how close the game is, you are still the final out if she doesn't find the base. And she takes a third ball for a 3-2 count. Tigner, a 4.08 batter who has not found the base path today. Much has been that story throughout the lineup as Hardy looks to seal the game. The 3-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hardy's fourth strikeout of the night is a sealer, and the Clarksville Indians will roll their way into a date with Northland tomorrow in the 1A semifinals on the strength of some outstanding pitching, some top-to-bottom batting, and a 7-1 victory here in Fort Dodge. Well, a terrific effort and a lot of players that you can look at in this lineup for Clarksville and say they did a fabulous job. RBIs from the following. Hannah Wangsness had one. RBI from Rachel Borchardt. Three RBIs from the pitcher Kaylin Hardy. RBI in the Emily Manwarren camp. She had some great at-bats. She goes 3 for 4 on the night. And a big celebration at home plate for a triumphant Clarksville Indians who will head out towards the second base spot to grab an award for a great day on the diamond.
Where they will face Northland on Wednesday at 7:30 on Iowa Central Field. And now, Kayla Hardy, please advance your team on the bracket.
Joyful sounds of victory for this Clarksville Indians team who send the Southeast Warren Warhawks packing. They'll head to the consolation side of the bracket, and they'll take on Sigourney tomorrow at 3 p.m. over at Dodger Field. But a successful evening, a 7-1 victory for the Clarksville Indians, who are on to the semifinals in the Class 1A side of the state tournament. And a terrific evening, not only weather-wise, but a great day of softball as well. And a big thank you to everybody here on the Girls Union Network that made today's broadcast possible. All throughout the lineup, play-by-play people, color commentators, producers, camera operators, you name it. We had it covered here today from Fort Dodge, powered by Mid-American Energy. We've got a full slate of games tomorrow, so stay tuned. We'll have it all covered. For everybody that made tonight's broadcast possible, I'm Ben Gislason. A 7-1 victory for the Clarksville Indians. They're on to the semifinals of the 1A tournament. We'll be back tomorrow with more coverage. Thanks for joining us here this evening from Fort Dodge, and a fond farewell and good night.